Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Andi Triana and in this video I'm going to retell about the last samurai movie. This movie released in 2003 and it's starring Tom Cruise. This movie starts with Tom Cruise as Nathan Algren. He was a U.S. Army, and he's in the first scene of the movie. He did some kind of show to tell the story about the great story about the slaughter of Indian Indian. But even though he actually was regretting that he slaughtered all the Indian, and he did that because the command of his commander. After he did like the show, he was like an alcoholic, and he drinks a lot of like alcohol, and he became very obsessed with alcohol. And but then his commander asked him to meet Omura, which was the I would say the representative of the Japanese emperor. And Omura offered Nathan to lead and train the army of Japanese people, and offer $400 per month to train the army. Immediately, Nathan Algren kind of refused the offer because he don't want to train the Japanese army. But then his commander assists him to take the offer, and he eventually took the offer. He came to the Yokohama harbor in 1876. He went to this Japanese emperor and meet the emperor and meet the king, basically, in the Japanese emperor. And then he told to lead the Japanese army in the July 22nd, 1876. Yeah. And then he trained the Japanese army for like 6 months. And he also met the General Hasegawa. It's basically the general that lead and became the leader of the Japanese army. And after that, he told that the enemy that he faced, that the Japanese emperor faced, it's the Katsumoto. Katsumoto is the last samurai of this movie. They told Nathan that the Katsumoto would attack during the night. But Nathan refused to go because the army that he trained was not ready to get into the battlefield. But the Caesar of Japanese emperor insists him to still go to the battlefield and fight the Katsumoto. But they go to the battlefield and did not go well because Katsumoto army won. After that, because they won, the Katsumoto army they won, and Nathan being the prisoner of Katsumoto and took to the village where he met with Taka. Taka is the husband of one of the army of Katsumoto, and the husband of Taka, and Taka is the wife of the husband, and Nathan being taken care of this Taka. After that, Nathan being there for like a year, more than a year of, and then he learned so many things from the village. He learned all the Japanese culture, the calligraphy, the Japanese sword, the weapon, the Japanese style fight, and also he learned about everyone in the village was so nice and really motivating for him, and it changes his perspective of life basically. After that, Nathan go to the back. Nathan was told to be back to um, the emperor because for legal reason. After Nathan went to the Kaiser Emperor took Katsumoto because he was apparently suspected as the a traitor, and then Katsumoto eventually got arrested and imprisoned, and he told to get uh, he was going to kill to get killed because he was a traitor, and he will get famous, but Nathan saved him and went back to the village. After Nathan saved Katsumoto actually lose his one of his kid during the save during when Nathan saved him, um, and then after Katsumoto was saved, they plan a war against the emperor because apparently the emperor is actually who caused the carnage in the entire Japan. After that, they kind of like plan all the things to go to war, but then after the war, actually the Katsumoto and Nathan lost, and uh, the Katsumoto died in the battlefield, and Katsumoto is the last samurai alive, and he was died by his own hand. It's harakiri. It's like a suicide when you want to die with honor. After that, after Katsumoto died, the Kaiser Emperor of Japan actually kind of made a promise with America to become their ally, but then Nathan came to the agreement, and the Kaiser of Emperor kind of like refused the offer of the agreement with US. And after that, Nathan came back to the village to meet Taka and live forever after. Uh, the, this movie, I actually really like it and really recommend it to watch. And the best scene of this movie actually when Nathan went to the village and trained being trained by all the people in village, and they accept him, and all the see the happy people in the village train Nathan. It was like the best scene ever. Although the war scene was really good, but it's not my favorite. My favorite still in when Nathan in the village. And the moral of the story is You cannot change the past, but you can change for a better future. It means that Nathan cannot change his past, that he regret that he slaughtered the Indian, but he changed for the better future for himself and for other people. Thank you.